you can change your area where you're living and who you're hanging out with. It's a daily mindset battle, especially for the first little while.
Yeah,
I won't say I think about it every single day now, but there's still a mindset battle that comes with
yeah.
it.
You have to have a solid, strong mindset, even though we uh, do so many things like weekly goals, daily goals we have, trying to achieve those, even though there's a simple things, task, like doing your bed or like going to gym or have like
Absolutely.
right meals, we still couldn't stick to it. Like doing for a 1 week, 2 week, then give up on that. But you stuck around with from addiction to removing it for 5 years clean. It's a great achievement. I just want to love to hear like how did you go from such a journey from there to like for quitting and staying clean for 5 years. So what's the process
Yeah.
like?
So the process was hard. I mean, the first
Yeah,
thing I did was I got out of the situation I was in. It got to a point for me where I knew that I was either going to die or I was going to lose my kids to, the system. And
mm,
my kids were my life. They're my life. So I made the decision to up and leave. Now I'm very thankful I had family that I
yeah,
could kind of escape to that lived outside of the area that welcomed me back with open arms. But when I came back to restart my life, I mean, it was just getting by minute at certain times. There
yeah,
was many times where, what is the purpose of living? You're in this dark, deep depression. Is my life ever going to be normal again? Like, what is normal? Because when you're in a deep addiction, life just becomes insanity, and
yeah,
your daily routines is really just insanity. So learning how to live a normal, so to speak, life
yeah,
is very weird and uncomfortable. And it's just, so that was a hard thing to face and to get through. But I literally just, you have to have a strong mindset of just doing it each day. And if you're in any type of recovery group, they tell you one day at a time. But for me, again, I literally had to remind myself one moment at a time. Like sometimes you'd watch the clock and be like, I got
yeah,
through one more minute. And support is so important, and I'm thankful I've had a support group. But if someone doesn't have a support group, I mean, go find one, go to a
mm,
church, go to meetings. Like, there are people out there that will support you. You can
yeah,
reach
definitely.
out to me. I'll give out my information at the end of this podcast, because nobody should feel alone in that, because it does take
Yeah, yeah,
support. So that process was getting through that and staying focused on the ultimate goal, which was, for me, not just to not keep
mm,
using, right? That was a big goal, but to recreate a life for myself. So I very quickly got back into, finding a job, getting back on my feet, getting my own place, and staying busy with productive things. That's when I got back into network marketing
yeah,
and tried multiple different avenues. And that's really important. And then I think the third part to it is helping others. While you're going through that, you may think, I have nothing to offer
yeah,
someone because I'm still healing and working on things. But if you can find ways, again, through a church or community outreach or something, to help others, it really boosts your self-confidence, and again, keeps you focused on something other than yourself,
yeah.
which is a huge help.
So do you think like your children made a most impact on yourself recovering from the addiction, like they being your motivator? Because when you said like when you look at them like hey, you need to get out before them, do
Yeah, I
you
mean,
think?
my children definitely, had I not had them and felt like I was going to lose them, I
Yeah,
probably would have stayed in that really toxic situation. So they're a huge, huge reason. However, at the same time, I also used while I had my kids, and I
hmm,
I, I was a bad mom for a while. And so having kids doesn't mean that you're not going to use or that you can stop as easily.
yeah,
It really still comes down to your motivation and your determination to do it for you. Like, I did it for my kids, but I had to do it for me in order for it to stick, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a long process. Like you overcome this such encouragement, and your focus and mindset was on point, and you knew like what you want to achieve, and you gone at it and stuck around for a long time. And obviously, there's a lot of things to learn from. Like it's not easy things to do. even though I don't have like, any kind of bad habits, I don't smoke, I don't drink anything like that, but still I find out sometimes getting out of it, like having a fast food or things like that, sometimes
Oh
get
yeah.
into the bad things. I like eating unhealthy meals sometimes. I still find trying to like stick sometime. Sometime I go for like a 3 to 6 months on a proper good healthy diet. Then after that 1 or 2 months, I just ruin everything. So even
Hey,
though like
I'm
it's a
telling you,
mindset game,
those,
yeah,
yeah, those type of, of eating fast food or going shopping or drinking
yeah,
soda, all of those things, they are a type of addiction. Like I have a hard time not getting a fast food sandwich too. Sometimes you're
yeah,
hungry and having that willpower to say no if you're sticking to a diet or something. Now, granted, yes, they're viewed very differently between shooting up heroin and, eating a fast food burger.
I
But
know.
that's one of the things that I kind of teach in my course too, though, is that the mindset of it is
Mm,
pretty much the same. It's just a matter
yeah,
of what we're focused on and how much power we have to put behind it. But I have learned to apply so much of what I've learned in my recovery process to my everyday life and to anything that I want to change about myself or work harder at. A lot of the same principles come from what I learned through recovery.
yeah. So yeah, I know like you're really passionate about the topic we chose for this podcast, and obviously we covered a lot of it because of your story. Everything is resonate with the same thing. So it's like how powerful our thoughts are and how we can change our life by changing our thought patterns. So what do you want to talk about in this, and how do you view yourself?
Yeah, so with this specific topic, there's like a system that I've kind of
Mm,
created that I would love to share, with those that are listening, and it's on how to change your thoughts, because just saying change your thoughts, right, sounds easy, but it's just like, well, where do I
yeah,
begin? So I created this process where the first thing that you have to do is you have to acknowledge whatever thought that comes up, whatever thought or emotion. So if you're I don't know if this happens to you, but sometimes I'm driving down the road and suddenly I feel overwhelmed by whatever's going on around me, right? Or stressed out or whatever. So I have this feeling, and it's our nature for most of us to just try and like push it aside, right? And that's why a
yeah,
lot of us get caught up in addictions, because we just want to feel good and we want to get rid of negative emotions.
yeah,